Alright. I said before that I probably wouldn't be doing it again, but I decided, you know what, I don't really have any other better things to do. And, as I've said before, people are saying that, reading is supposed to be a good habit for you. So I thought, okay, maybe if I just force myself to go through it, then, maybe something good will happen out of it. Also, another thing I've realized that in the last read along, I was playing some music in the background, and the mic sort of picked up on it a little bit. So this time, instead of just playing it in the background, I'll be using a pair of headphones instead. So hopefully this time at least, it will only catch my voice instead of like trauma cock by what was it? Squirrel, not zipper. Alright, so where were we? We were on page 2, so about here. My family have been prominent, well-to-do people in this middle western city for 3 generations. Okay, so they're rich. The Carways are something of a clan, and we have a tradition that we are descended from the Dukes of I don't know how to say this. I'll just call it Bucklek. So I guess the Carway they treat as sort of like a thing they're proud of. I guess I don't know. They're descended from this guy or these guys apparently. But the actual founder of my line was my grandfather's brother, who well that's sort of convoluted, isn't it? Your grandfather's brother, okay, who came here in 51, sent a substitute to the Civil War, and started the wholesale hardware business that my father carries on today. Okay. Alright, so starting from here, it's starting to be like pretty understandable. I don't really have anything that I don't understand here. There's a saying that they said that they came from these guys, the Dukes of something, the Dukes of Buccleuch. Alright. I never saw this great uncle, but I'm supposed to look like him, with special reference to the rather hard-boiled painting that hangs on Father's office. I graduated from New Haven in 1915, sorry, just a quarter of a century after my father. And a little later I participated in that delayed Teutonic migration. Huh. I don't know what this word means, Teutonic. It's capitalized, so I assume it's like a name or something. Hold on. Teutonic migration known as the Great Wall. Oh, okay, so he... Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's around when the First World War happened, I guess. I don't know. I'm absolutely stupid. I'm beyond stupid. I don't even know when shit happened. I enjoyed the counter-raid so thoroughly that I came back restless. Instead of being the warm center of the world, the Middle West now seems like the ragged edge of the universe. Okay. Now? Oh. So I decided to go east and learned the bond business. Every day I knew was in the bond business. What is bond business? Is that like what James Bond does? Alright, that was sort of a dumb joke, but I don't know. I guess. Alright, maybe I need to search. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I had to like log out of something. Okay, what is bond business? Bond business involves issuing, buying, and selling debt securities, bonds. Okay. What are debt securities or bonds? What does that mean? There are several types of debt securities. Bonds, which are instrument in which the issuing company or governmental body promises to pay the holders a specified amount of interest. Okay. So essentially, he handles people owning money. I guess that's what that means. I knew was in the bond business, so I supposed it could support one more single man. What were they talking about? Oh, okay, yeah. All my aunts and uncles talked it over as if they were choosing a prep school for me, and finally said, "Why, yes," with very grave, hesitant faces. What they really don't want you. That sounds like that sounds like a respectable business. Why wouldn't it? Father agreed to finance me for a year. I mean, like, also you've been to the. Well, I guess you don't really have a choice. You were, I think most people were conscripted. But I don't know. You went to war already. Can't you catch a little break? You just want to start a business dealing with people who own others' money. Alright. Father agreed to finance me for a year, and after various delays, I came east permanently. I thought in the spring of, well, why does it start a second paragraph? I thought, okay, so in 22, now the current time is 1922. The practical thing was to find rooms in the city, but it was a warm season and I had just left a country of wide lawns and friendly trees. Well, where did he go? What? I thought he went to what? The Middle West, right? Yeah. So where did he go? Is the Middle West not, I don't know. The practical thing was to find room in the city. Okay, I guess maybe he went to somewhere else. He went to New York. He wanna get that babagoo. I mean, okay. And I had just left the country of one. So when a young man at the office suggested that we take a house together in a commuting town, it sounded like a great idea. Okay, he is Craigslisting. He found the house a weather-beaten cardboard bungalow at $80 a month. $80 a month? What, like 80, 100? That is still a lot. So there's gotta be like I don't fucking know. Maybe it is legit like $80 a month, which I mean, I guess it's like 1922 money. But at the last minute, the firm ordered him to Washington, and I went out to the country alone. I had a dog. At least I had him for a few days until he ran away, and an old dog and a Finnish woman. What's an old dog? What does that mean? Oh, okay, like a car. And a Finnish woman who made my bed and cooked breakfast. Is that your like girlfriend or what? And mother Finnish wisdom to herself over the. Okay. It was lonely for a day or so until one morning, some man more recently arrived than I stopped me on the road. Was it more recently arrived than? Oh, okay. So they came here earlier, but where is here? I still don't know. Did they talk about where? Prep school? Is it prep school? I talked it over as if they no, that's a metaphor. For me, yeah. All I know right now is that he wanted to get into the people owning money business, and his family was like, I don't know, sure, whatever. But I guess he has to go. You have to go somewhere to do that, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Where were we? They make breakfast. Yes. Okay. How do you get to West Egg Village? He asked helplessly. Huh. West Egg Village. I guess he is in Middle West now, I guess. I told him, and as I walked on, I was lonely no longer. I was a guide, a pathfinder, yeah. He had casually conferred on me. I've never heard of someone say that. Conferred on, what's that mean? To exchange ideas on. Okay, so he talked to me about. He talked to me about the freedom of the neighborhood, and so with the sunshine and the great bursts of leaves growing on the trees. Do you have to with things like that? You know, what's this supposed to convey? What's this supposed to tell me? With the sunshine and the great burst of leaves growing on the tree. So what? It's like summer. So during the summer, I guess. So yeah, just as things grow in fast movies, I had that familiar conviction that life was beginning over again with the summer. Oh, okay. So he felt, because someone talked to him. Someone asked him how to get somewhere. He felt like his life was like one of those montages from movies. Okay. There was so much there was so much to read for one thing, and so much fine health to be pulled down out of the young breath-giving air. Huh. That was so. What does this part mean? There was so much to read for one thing. Yeah. I'll say this is like a lot to read. I mean, a lot more than I usually read. So much fine health to be pulled down out of the young breath-giving air. Okay, I think this is just essentially saying the air is fine, the air is good. This part I don't know though. Do we have an answer? What is the meaning of it? There was so much to it. I was going to bring. Go away, please. I was going to bring back all such things into my life and become again the most limited of all special. Is that okay? Answer. Fresh air is considered healthy. It gives an image that there was so much to enjoy at this point of life. Even the air is good. Okay. Okay, so he's essentially like who was it, Tiny Tim going like living in the sunshine, living in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. All right. Okay, I bought a dozen volumes on banking. Whoa. I bought a dozen volumes on banking and credit and investment securities. And they stood on my shelf. Oh, this guy reads. Oh, damn, what a loser. I guess, you know, it's like, he's like buying crypto or something. It's like some finance shit. So, I don't know, is he a Sigma or is he a beta cuck? You decide. On my shelf in red and gold like new money from the mint. I guess money from the time is gold and red. Promising to unfold the shining secrets that only Midas and Morgan, I don't know who's Morgan Freeman, and Maecenas knew. And I had the high intention of reading many other books besides. I was rather literate. What? I was rather literary in college. I guess you know, if you don't want to use literate, I guess literary would be. I thought literary meant book. Literates mean you like to read or you can read. I guess I was wrong. I mean, wouldn't be the first time. I mean, how many times have I been wrong? 1 year I wrote a series of very solemn and obvious editorials for the Yale News, and now I was going to bring back all such things into my life. He's gonna start writing again as well, Christ, and become again the most limited of all specialists, the well-rounded man. Okay, yeah, it's good that we pull that website, because we're gonna want to know what that means as well. This is ironic. A well-rounded management meant a man who is master at many things. The iron is to the author that many men who consider themselves to be well-rounded actually don't know that many things. They don't know shit. Have a great number, but not many profound knowledge. Oh, okay. There was it. Jack of all trades, master of none, is many times a conceit, an illusion. Alright. Alright. Well, I mean, you can only do so much as a person. I mean, you can't expect someone to literally know all of all of everything. If they do, then they only know the surface of things. Isn't this an epigram? What's an epigram? Another new word that I gotta learn. God damn it. A short saying or poem that. Okay. Life is much more successfully looked at from a single window. After all, okay. I mean, I can kind of get the metaphor where it's like, okay, if you look at life from like a single window, as in like, I don't know, from one perspective maybe, then it looks much better. But what does that have to do with you like to read cryptocurrency investment books, and you like to write for the Yale News? What does that have to do with anything? I guess that's like also like lore drop or something. Like, I guess Yale News. Does that mean because he went to college, right? Does that mean he went to Yale? Maybe, I don't know. It was a matter of chance that I should have rented how many pages? Huh, 2 already. Goddamn. Yeah, I don't know. Like before they just front loaded a bunch of shit in the first 2 pages. I thought you're supposed to attract the reader in the beginning of your book. I saw this. The first thing I wanted to do was close it, and then afterwards, like, okay, I'm starting to understand more now. Okay. But anyways, let's go back to here. It was a matter of chance that I should have rented a house in one of the strangest communities in North America. It was on that slender, riotous, slender as in like, very thin, riotous, crazy island, which extends itself due east of New York. So he went to New York, but like a little bit to the east, an island next to it. What's it called? That's not the Middle West. What the fuck? Is that the Middle West? I thought New York is on like the east side. And where there are, among other natural curiosities, 2 unusual formations of land, 20 miles from the city, a pair of enormous eggs. What's that? What are you talking about? Enormous eggs? Is this that West Egg Village that the guy was yapping about? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, I guess. But they were okay. They were in the Middle West, as they call it here, right? With his wife, not wife. I don't know. Maybe that's just like a maid or something. And his car. Oh, I'm like raising my eyebrows so much that it's starting to hurt. Okay. It was I should have rented a house. Okay, so he rented a house in here. Identical in contour and separated only by a courtesy bay. Okay. Is that how it looks like? Is wherever you move to, that island, it looks like 2 eggs. Next to New York, I guess. Just out into the most domesticated body of salt water. Oh wait, jets out. Okay, jets out. So it sort of like shoots out into that that little body of water in the Western Hemisphere. The Great Wet Barnyard of Long Island Sound. Is Long Island Sound that body of water he was talking about? Or is that the island? I guess the island. I mean, it has island in its name. They're not perfect oval like the eggs in the Columbus story. They are both crushed flat at the contact end. I've never read the Columbus story, so I don't know what Diddy Blood is talking about here. But their physical resemblance must be a source of perpetual confusion. Oh, to the gulls that fly overhead. Okay, kind of funny, I guess. To the wingless, a more arresting phenomenon. A more arresting phenomenon is their dissimilarity in every particular except shape and size. Okay. Okay, let's try to decipher this. So similar. So that's like, it looks like something, it's close to something. Dissimilarity, so it doesn't look like in every their dissimilarity, their differences essentially, their differences in every way, every particular except shape and size. Oh, why? What's so special about them still looking a bit different? I thought you said that they contour wise at least they basically look the same. I lived at West Egg, the well, the less fashionable. I thought when he said the well, he meant as in like an actual well that you pull water from. The well, less fashionable of the two, though this is a most superficial tag to express the bizarre and not a little sinister contrast between them. I don't know. Like you're telling me that there are two islands that kind of looks like eggs, kind of look similar. I mean, eggs gotta be. Oh, sorry. Whenever I read a really good book, I yawn. That's what I do. I mean, eggs gotta look a certain way. They gotta look somewhat oval shape. Otherwise, they don't really look like eggs. They gotta look similar in some way. So, yeah, the most superficial to express bizarre and not a little sinister contrast between them. My house was at the very tip of the egg, only 50 yards from the sound. What's the sound? What the fuck what was that? And squeezed between two huge places that rented for 12 or 15,000 a season. Wow, and your house is like what? 80 a month? That's disturbing. I don't know how that even happens. Okay. The one on my right was a colossal affair by any standard. It was a factual imitation of some hotel de ville in Normandy. Okay, so it's just straight up a hotel. Well, yeah, okay, that makes more sense. I mean, basically, if you're buying a hotel, not just renting, not just going in there for a night, yeah, I expect it to cost a lot more. With a tower with a tower on one side, spanking new under a thin beard of raw ivy, and a marble swimming pool. Wow. No fucking wonder it costs so much. A marble swimming pool and more than 40 acres of lawn and garden. Okay, that sounds good at first, but it's like, what are you gonna do with that 40 acres? Like, are you actually going to start a farm? uh, like it's just going to waste your time having to take care of a lawn that big. Don't you have to? I'm not going. I'm not going to keep talking about it. It was okay. That's Gatsby's house. That's his crib. Or rather, as I didn't know Mr. Gatsby, it was a mansion inhabited by a gentleman of that name. Okay. You can just say, was that? He basically just said, although when although at the time I didn't know him. That's basically what he said. As I didn't know Mr. Gatsby, it was a mansion inhabited. Yeah, sure. My own house was an eyesore, but it was a small eyesore. It had been overlooked, so I had a view of the water, a partial view of my neighbor's lawn, and the I don't, okay, proximity of millionaires. Okay. Oh god, I'm dying. I completely dying. All $480 a month. Okay. Across the Courtesy Bay, the white palaces of fashionable East Egg glittered along the water. And the history of the summer really begins on the evening I drove over the history of the summer. Okay. Yeah. I guess you could say, the same as, when shit actually started. It was when he decided to drove over there to eat with the Tom Buchanans. Buchanan. Okay, yeah, Buchanans. Sure. Who are they? Who's the Buchanans? Daisy was my second. That was Daisy, guys. Daisy was my second cousin once removed, and I know Tom in college. And just after the war, I spent 2 days with them in Chicago. Her husband, among various physical accomplishments, had been one of the most powerful ends that ever played football at New Haven. But is an end a position in football? Because I don't play sports. I don't play any sports, nor do I watch them. So, a national figure in a way, one of those men who reach such an acute limited excellence at 21 that everything afterwards savors of anticlimax. I guess that's sort of a pessimistic way to look at it, but I guess fair, right? Once you experience success once, you can never replicate it. Then everything feels like going downhill, A national figure, yeah. His family were enormously wealthy. Even in college, his freedom with money was a matter of reproach. But now he left Chicago and came east in a fashion that rather took your breath away. For instance, he had brought down a string of polo ponies. I guess that is he had brought down a string of polo ponies from Lake Forest. It was hard to realize that a man in my own generation was wealthy enough to do that. Sometimes I look at some people. Online, and I realize, artists, I feel that way because I am also in some way an artist. I also draw. I also try to make different forms of art, and then you see other people. I see other artists. They can get commissions. They can get $200 commission, and I wonder, am I really that bad? And it's not like I don't tell people I am open to commission. I mean, and I don't ask a lot, like $20 a pop, fully shaded, color as well, everything. I know that I'm not the best, obviously, but whatever. Yeah, it was hard for me to realize he's that wealthy. Why they came east, I don't know. They like to film, maybe. Maybe it was like feng shui or something, you never know. They had spent a year in France, if for no particular reason, and then drifted here and there, unrestfully, wherever people played polo and were rich together. This was a permanent move, said Daisy over the telephone, but I did not believe it. I mean, fair, but I don't know, sometimes rich people just want to live somewhere unassuming, I guess. I don't believe it. I had no sight into Daisy's heart, but I felt that Tom could drift on forever, seeking. Which one's Tom again? Tom's the one that's like having a seizure. No. Which one's Tom? Oh, we have modern technology. Oh, yeah, Tom. Oh, yeah. It's been so long already. Jesus. The guy you met in college. Okay. But Tom would drift on forever, seeking a little wistfully for the dramatic turbulence of some era. Okay. But I had no sight, but I felt that Tom would drift over. Okay. Maybe we need to search up this one. The dramatic turbulence of... No way. I felt that Tom would drift on forever, seeking a little wistfully. Maybe we just go to second. Okay. Oh, this one's dead. So wistfully... Okay, but this just gives me a quote. Only that I can already read it straight from the book. Okay, well maybe we don't get answers for this one. We just kind of have to guess. Seeking a little wistfully. Okay, sure. We just skip that one for now. All right. But I think maybe it's fair that we're done for this for today. I think we already did like 33 minutes of reading at this point. I think that's fair. And we did several pages. When did we stop last time? Hold on. We stopped at 4. We ended at 8. Yeah, 8. So we read 4 pages, which is double of last time. So I think that's pretty good progress, and this time I can understand a lot more. The reason I could read much faster is probably because for once Fitzgerald decided to use normal English that is understandable for normal people. Although he still sometimes pulls some shit like fucking seeking a little wistfully for blah 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 blah, but that's better. It's better. I actually know what's going on now. He's going to the Middle West, I guess, for business, essentially. Alright, I think that's it. See ya.